Donald Love, one of the most mysterious characters in the GTA universe, is a figure obsessed with power, media manipulation, and political ambition. Throughout the series, he rises from an influential businessman in Vice City to one of Liberty City's most notorious moguls.
Let's capitalize on this business opportunity.
His rise and fall echo the real-life career of Donald Trump, who identically built a sprawling empire of real estate and media, all while navigating the dangerous waters of business and politics.
Experience has taught me that a man like you can be very loyal for the right price.
By examining Donald Love's storyline, we can see how Rockstar Games foreshadowed many real-world developments, drawing clear parallels between the fictional tycoon and Trump's public life.
In these days of moral hypocrisy, certain valuable commodities can be hard to import.
Donald Love demonstrates a relentless pursuit of power, using cunning and unethical methods to stay at the top.
Please, Antonio, you have to get me out of here. I don't want to. Please, I don't want to die. I don't.
His story starts back in GTA Vice City, where he is on a yacht with the city's elite. His mentor, Avery Carrington, introduces him to the ruthless side of real estate development. He mentions something spine-chilling.
Now, nothing brings down real estate prices quicker than a good old-fashioned gang war.
Only for the same advice to be echoed 15 years later by Love.
Nothing drives down real estate prices like a good old-fashioned gang war.
What happens in between this time period is absolutely disturbing. When we see him in later games, Love is a polished, ruthless tycoon who is unafraid to orchestrate chaos for personal gain.
A lesson in business, my friend.
Because in the GTA universe, Donald Love is synonymous with media control.
Antonio, how wonderful to see you.
What's going on?
By the time the player encounters him in GTA Liberty City Stories in 1998, he has built Love Media, a sprawling empire that controls over 900 radio stations, 300 television stations, and numerous other media outlets across the United States.
And now it's time for a public service announcement from station owner Donald Love.
Hello, my name is Donald Love. You're listening to a Love Media station.
Through Love Media, Donald controls not only the flow of information, but also public perception.
People will read something into anything these days.
However, Love Media's vast influence extends beyond simply broadcasting news and entertainment.
With newspapers, television, and radio stations across the U.S. and the free world, alongside a wide array of industrial and technology interests, we at Love Media ensure you get the truth behind the story every time.
One mission in Liberty City Stories reveals just how far Love is willing to go to secure political power.
How's the campaign?
It's down to the wire, and every last vote's gonna count.
He instructs Tony Cipriani to manipulate votes during his mayor campaign by sabotaging opposition campaign efforts.
O'Donovan's a communist! O'Donovan hates America!
His eagerness to bend the democratic process to his advantage is symbolic of his wider philosophy that power is there for the taking by anyone ruthless enough to seize it.
I've paid off the officials.
His media empire also allows him to maintain a public image that conceals the darker aspects of his business dealings.
Sorry about that, but that's sometimes the way in business.
He uses media not just for profit, but as a tool to influence and control the world around him, keeping his hands clean while others do the dirty work. However, media isn't the only thing that Donald Love is involved in, because there is another contributing factor.
I just love all the romance languages.
Just like Trump made his fortune through real estate, specifically in Manhattan, Donald Love closely follows this.
Tony, we're one little job away from being fabulously rich.
His penchant for exploiting chaos is first introduced through his mentor Avery, but we soon see that Love elevates it to new heights in his later business endeavors. In Liberty City Stories, Love is involved in a plot to redevelop the Fort Staunton area, a district riddled with gang violence and economic strife.
We've scoured plans of Fort Staunton. Its weakest points are along the old subway that runs underneath the area.
Great, Don. All I gotta do is dodge 100 wacko Italians.
Just head along the Porter Tunnel and you'll find your way in just fine.
In one of the game's iconic missions, Love orders Tony to assassinate Yakuza leader Kenji.
I want you to kill the Yakuza Wakagashira, Kenji Kassen.
a move that would ultimately spark a gang war between the Yakuza and the Colombian cartel. The purpose of this conflict is simple. With property values plummeting in the wake of violence, Love can swoop in and purchase the land for a fraction of its original price.
The Yakuza must blame the cartel for this declaration of war.
Donald Love uses gang wars as opportunities to profit, demonstrating a complete disregard for the lives affected. But this isn't the only chance he takes to secure power.
How I hate publicity! But it's all part of the game, right?
Right, so.
With a significant real estate holding, it's no wonder that Donald Love decides to expand beyond property development, and as Love's influence grows, so do his political ambitions.
Listen, Don, we need to win this election, okay? We need to make sure that there's no skeletons in the closet, if, you know what I mean?
Donald Love runs for mayor for Liberty City, but it's a campaign that is anything but clean. With the help of Tony Cipriani, Love engages in a wide range of illegal activities to secure votes.
Bad news, Tony!
What?
The exit polls are neck and neck. Time for Plan B.
From destroying opposition campaign vans to outright rigging the voting machines, further highlighting Love's obsession for personal gain no matter what the cost is.
We steal some of the uncounted votes and we replace them with some of our own.
What was that you said about vote rigging?
His mayor campaign falls deeper into scandal, and Tony Cipriani is tasked with eliminating competitors to ensure Love's rise to power goes unchallenged.
The Forellis are gonna try and take me out.
Don't worry, I'm gonna be riding shotgun.
Despite his outward appearance as a charismatic and successful businessman, Donald Love's true nature is one of manipulation and ruthlessness, and will stop at nothing to achieve his goals, even if it means bending or breaking the rules to suit his needs.
They're trying to extort additional funds from me, but I don't believe in renegotiation.
His campaign to become mayor is ultimately unsuccessful, but the lens he goes through during the election process reveals just how far he is willing to push the boundaries.
Tony, you've got to help me. O'Donovan's got evidence linking me to Salvatore. We're sunk.
Which is illustrated significantly by this gruesome example.
Humphreys, bring out the offal.
One of the most startling revelations about Donald Love is exposed when Tony is asked to retrieve corpses for his grotesque feats.
We're gonna have quite a night tonight. But first, we need to go and pick up the guests. Come, before our guests get bored to death. No pun intended.
This horrifying detail serves as an analogy for Love's appetite for power and control.
Antonio, que pasa, amigo?
You do know I'm Italian, don't you, Don?
This disturbing aspect of his character provides a symbolic representation of his willingness to consume everything and everyone around him, just to maintain his empire.
My God, this is good. It tastes just like chicken, but somehow more, sentient. You want some?
I already ate, thanks.
Ugh, too bad. It's fantastic.
The cannibalism subplot adds a layer of horror to Love's character, turning him from a ruthless businessman into something more monstrous.
Tony, my ex-mentor, Avery Carrington, is flying into town today.
His desire to feast on the remains of his mentor Avery underscores the idea that Love's ambition knows no moral bounds.
Tony, at last! A reporter witnessed us killing Avery.
Love literally consumes people, making him one of the most shocking characters in the GTA universe.
Take me to Avery's jet. He and Ned are still on board, so I won't be traveling alone.
By the time we encounter Donald Love again in GTA 3, set in 2001, his fortunes have taken a sharp turn.
I know what you're thinking, Tony. How the mighty have fallen.
After losing the race for Liberty City mayor and becoming entangled in further scandals, Love's empire begins to crumble.
We're in this together, amigo.
No, we're not.
In the GTA 3 mission, Love's tone shifts from one of confidence to desperation.
A deal is a deal, so they'll not see a penny from me.
A friend of his is kidnapped by the cartel, and Love pleads for his rescue.
Go and rescue my friend. Do whatever it takes.
As quickly as Love's power grew, it unraveled just as fast. Claude enters the Love Media building, only to find it empty. However, we learn that Donald Love vanished without a trace. The penthouse is deserted, and a mystery box that once held valuable packages is now empty. There is no clear resolution to Love's story, and the cryptic disappearance adds to his mystique. Did he flee after his business dealings went south? Did his enemies finally catch up with him? Or did he disappear into the shadows, plotting his move from behind the scenes? In GTA 5, players can find a star with his name on the Vinewood Walk of Fame. And there's a book called Liberty King, which sits on a bookshelf, suggesting that while Love may be out of public eye, he continues to exert influence.